Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to Starcom, Unknown Space. Ensign Ray's making some serious hints that it's about time we return to Saleno Station. But I'm not done exploring. We have just successfully managed to, let's say persuade, that's the word we're going to use. We have persuaded the Lakoans to stop leaning so heavily on that one colony we discovered some while back that was basically being economically crippled by all of the tribute that the Lakoans were demanding from them. So that's good. Doing our bit for interstellar diplomacy and all that through our superior negotiating skills. Yeah, let's say that's what we did. And now I'm continuing to explore, although the crew are dropping some serious hints that I should be heading back to Saleno Station. Oh, hang on, something hostile just jumped in. Oh, elite. Devout elite. Alright, I need these guys dead. Mostly because I still need one more beam laser component to be able to research it for myself. Also, do these guys have shields? I think these guys have shields. And I need shield tech as well. So I'm gonna... Oh, what the hell is that? I've seen those like purple missile things before. I'm not sure I want to find out what they do up close. These guys do have shields. Alright. Also lots and lots of missiles, which I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, they're easy to shoot down, but if even one of them gets through, it's going to do a fair bit of damage. And while you're shooting down the missiles, you're not shooting down the things that are firing the missiles. Two frigates and a couple of interceptors, or whatever those smaller ships are. I've already shot down a couple of the interceptors. There's another one coming in here. What do they call them? Lancers? Something like that? Oh, I don't know, I can't remember. They're not particularly heavily armed or armoured. Yeah, you notice these sort of purple, pink type missiles just come straight in, while the other ones, the regular missiles, fly in a daisy pattern. And they leave a cloud of nasty pink shit, which I have no urgent desire to find out what that does. Yeah, these guys have beam lasers and shields, and I need the tech from both. I don't need the beating that the beam lasers can deliver, though. That's a bit of a downside. Although, I mean, a couple of things. One, as usual, if you identify the part of the ship that's actually firing the beam lasers, you can target that and shoot them off. Which I think is the best way of trying to ensure that you actually get the components that you need from the ships that you're attacking. If you target the things that you want, shoot them off, there's a better chance that you're going to get an artifact drop related to that thing. Secondly, while I am still rocking just an Explorer class hull, I mean it's better than the Scout hull, not as good as the Cruiser hull, but it's not as weak. I can take more of a beating. I've fitted a couple of deflector modules to actually, handle that. I'm not just flying around with a basic framework of a ship with weapons and reactors strapped on with no reinforcing bulkheads or deflector panels. So there's that. I'm able to take a bit more of a beating. Ooh, okay. That's what that does. I had to find out. It kills your support crew. Finding out was worth 45 research points. So, on the balance, I'm going to say it was worth it. But I should probably avoid that. Or at least make the effort. Oh, no, other way. Oh god, that was close. Right, so this one, does this one have beam lasers as well? Because I didn't get any, it does, good. Because I didn't get anything from the first one. Which was kind of disappointing. So, come on. Oh no! Oh, crap, flew right through that. Which was the opposite of what I thought it was about to hit, and my plasma guns had missed it. So I hit the thrusters to jet on out of there, but it actually missed and then hooked around, and I ended up flying into it. So the support crew are not happy. The 11 of them who survived that are very, very upset. Come on, I picked up a Devout Arcadian databank, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't have anything to do with beam lasers or shields. Monitoring internal communications with the Arcadian Singularity excavation. No, that's got nothing whatsoever to do with what I wanted. It's 25 research points, but... And I was checking to see whether or not I picked up any beam laser artifacts without being aware of it. And no, I did not. I mean, sometimes in the heat of the action, your tractor beams are scooping stuff up and you just don't notice. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Ah well. Despite some very heavy hints from the crew that I should be returning to Solano Station, I want to keep exploring at least until I find a wormhole. I mean, there's a couple of unexplored systems here. Oh, hang on, what was that? We just passed something in deep space. There's a thing. Oh, it's another dispatch. So these are like real-time message carriers. Using blah-de-blah, blah-de-blah-de-blah, blah-blah. Dispatch contains several papers referencing an ancient structure that Imperial archaeologists had discovered and believed to have contained an AI of unknown origin. 75 research points. And I blew up the dispatch and, well, unfortunately, normally they contain chirolite. And chirolite is an essential component in the manufacture of Mark II plasma guns. Sadly, no chirolite today. Ah, well. So what have we got here? Rocky world, a desert world, another rocky world, another desert world. Plenty to investigate. And looks like there's a water world there as well. There's a flinger. Oh, hang on, there's a neutral ship here too. Well, let's get this place scanned. There's something here on this desert world. 99 aluminium. Alright. I mean, I'll take it. Particularly need aluminium anymore, but I'll take it. What are these? 2nd Legion escorts, heavies. Do I know them? Have I met them before? Oh. You are in Trade Guild space without proper clearance transponder. Identify yourself to be destroyed. Commander Jingles, Commander of the Explorer. You have no orders pertaining to a Starcom or a Commander Jingles. Obtain a clearance code from a Guildmaster or V. Vaporized. Yeah, these guys look like... We've met a race that looked like these before, the Emir. Guild hired us to provide security for this region. We are not paid to shepherd business referrals. Alright. We'll get a trade pass. They don't want us doing anything until we've spoken to a guild master, gotten a pass. So, am I even allowed to scan these planets, or are they going to get upset with that? You know what, let's not take the risk. Let's get this gateway portal active. And, I mean, there's still unexplored stuff here, but they're going to start shooting if I start exploring without permission. But I've got the gateway to this system, so I can get back here instantly. Let's head home and see what's up. The crew have been dropping enough hints that I should be coming back here. And I do have a lot of research points. Just, you know, I don't have any beam lasers or shields to research with them. So what's going on in Ops? Commodore U. Very interested in the remnant wreck that we found. Oh yeah, we found this huge ship that had been split in half. Commander Dolson of the Aletha says that she suspects the brass pillar that we found might be a fragment related to the wreck, so wants me to keep an eye out for more of those. Oh, yeah, Lieutenant Milton has received a shipment of some very, very useful stuff from that refinery that we reactivated. There was a flinger in the system. We had to reposition it to point towards Solano Station. It's sending regular shipments of basically free materials through. So another good reason to keep returning to Solano every now and then. Pick up all of this free stuff. Now then, research. Nanite recovery. Occasionally, amongst all of the useful materials and artifacts that get dropped from ships that you've destroyed, that your tractor beams suck up, they'll get this nanite superfluid as well, which if you can tractor beam that in, will instantly repair your ship back up to full health. So that's what that was. I'm going to go for deep search. It's the only other sensor tech that I don't have, and this allows you to pick up enemy ships or stations in a system long before you arrive. Often before you've even identified any planets in the system. So it gives you an idea of the sort of thing to expect when you're heading into an unexplored system, or even an explored system that may or may not have enemy ships present in it. Next, I'm going to trick the ship out with a few more Mark II plasma guns. They do generate a lot more heat now, though, and heat is starting to become more of an issue. But a couple of strategically placed exhaust vents should sort that out. That exhaust port is getting very hot, but I don't care about hot exhaust ports. I care about hot components attached to exhaust ports. Right, let's get back out there. Goryr researcher just arrived. Hello, you've studied the remnant artifact that we discovered. Very strange and interesting. Oh, yeah. Oh, 75 research points. Thank you. They're sharing our data with them. Or their data with me. It's a myth associated with the fall of the Empire. Where did you encounter that phrase? All right, yeah. We get the impression that they're not being entirely forthcoming with their information. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if they were trying to work this angle for their own benefit. I mean, you couldn't really blame them. I'm doing the same. And they are at least sharing data with me. But I'm starting to get the impression that the Goryr, while they are not hostile, are not entirely to be trusted. Despite the Goryr having expressed considerable interest in remnant-related artifacts, they're trying to downplay these Talonian trinkets. Yeah. Let's see what they have for trade. They trade in silver. I have 125. I don't specifically really need silver for... Well, actually, I do. Bollocks. I also need yttrium. They've got a lot of yttrium. There's so many things that I need that I just don't have. I mean, I can trade for them, but I'm, taking away from Peter to pay Paul. And I really would like some of these artifacts because I'll bet they relate to some text that I'm currently trying to get researched. But, I mean, what you're going to do. If you don't have the goods, you can't make the trades. So, I guess I'll get out there and find some more of the goods. I have to say, I mean, I'm not liking the look of the ship. It is a bit of a chonky boy, but I am liking the firepower output of those new Mach 2 plasmas. So, missions. Lakoan vassals. Okay, there's the coordinates for the colony that I've been talking about. They're being exploited for resources by the Lakoan, but we managed to, through our superior negotiating skills, convince the Lakoans to let it go. And also managed to extract a payment of 50 titanium out of them. So, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? Well, I've got that Lakoan vassal mission at hand in, but there's so much more. Investigations incomplete all over the place. But I want to get this Lakoan vassal mission done because I can't remember the exact clue, but there was a hint that they had some kind of device that could help me communicate with this race of creatures living in the upper atmosphere of a gas giant in a system that I ran into ages ago. They communicated by emitting wisps of gas, and I had no way of communicating with them. However, here we go. So the Lakoans will be making no more demands of these guys. And they've given item acquired, fog machine. That's the artifact. It's a cultural relic left over from the Empire period whose original purpose has been forgotten. I think that's it. Let's get that analysed, because I think this is the thing that's going to allow me to speak to these gas giant inhabitants. Where is it? There. Fog machine. Periodically emits wisps of coloured gas. This device can convert a digital signal into an output of coloured gas with various... Yep. The signal conversion circuits have a sophisticated language processing network. I mean, it's 35 research points, but I think this is the key to a larger mystery. Now, if I could just remember... is it part of an ongoing mission? Although, we just did encounter the Second Legion, didn't we? The Ermier mercenaries providing muscle for the Trade Guild. And we do need to make contact with the Trade Guild. So, I mean, there's all kinds of things that I could be doing. And I did make sure that I at least activated the wormhole gateway in that outlying Trade Guild system. So I can head straight back there. So let's go ahead and do that. And then at some point I'll try to remember which system had those gas giant inhabitants. It's a Second Legion Heavy. I'm looking for a guild ship. And I must remember that the Second Legion do not want me investigating any of these planets until I receive clearance from the guild. So I guess, I mean, I don't want to test their capabilities unless I have to. And right now, I don't have to. So let's take the flinger to the next system over, and we're looking for a guild ship, planet, or station. So we've got a yellow star here. Bingo! Guild trader. So what does this guy have to say for himself? I'm Commander Jingles of Starcom. We are peaceful explorers seeking information and trade. Okay. The price of a code for a single vessel is 10 iridium. And if we don't purchase a code, attempts to conduct commerce or landings. Right, so basically we need to purchase a code. But we don't have the 10 iridium. Shit. Well, I don't want to piss these guys off. How much iridium do I have? Where's the iridium? I've only got one. I'm not even close. Have I come across a race that traded in iridium? I feel like I want to say I have. Although that information is useless because I can't remember who. So I can't scan or make contact or land on any of these planets until I get a trade pass. For that I need 10 iridium. I guess we'll just keep exploring. I can't even remember what kind of things drop iridium. Must be something because I've got some. Is this another trade guild system? Yep, 2nd Legion escorts. There's another flinger here though. I don't even know if I imagine I probably can scan planets, but I'm definitely not allowed to land on them without a trade pass, because I was able to reactivate the wormhole in that first trade guild system and nobody started shooting at me. So I think scans are okay, but landings are prohibited. Then again, I don't really want to push my luck and find out the hard way that my theory is wrong. So we'll just take this one system at a time. Keep going. Primarily at the moment, I guess I'm looking for another wormhole gateway. Although I am coming across a whole bunch of new systems that I'm not going to be able to explore because they're trade guild systems and I don't have the 10 iridium required. 2 flingers in this system, but no wormhole. Well, I'll pick one and see where it takes us. I'll cut a long story short. I had to jump through several very juicy unexplored systems before I came across anything that wasn't crawling with extremely hostile 2nd Legion escorts. But eventually... Okay, no anomalies detected here. This place actually has a wormhole gateway as well, so that's great news. And a whole bunch of unexplored systems. Systems? Planets. So, let's see what we can find. Remember, I'm looking for iridium. I need at least another 9. There's the wormhole gateway. Nothing detected here. Let's get that activated. Oh, there's another CXTA transport ship in this system. Oh, hello. Despite the lack of support by a major faction, the Explorer has acquired a reputation as a threat to reckon with. We have further interest. What's this all about? We've lost several deep haulers on several routes, some of them in guild space. The guild is claiming they have seen no evidence of aggression. We would like us to investigate the region where the attacks have most recently occurred. If you can bring evidence to the guild that these are deliberate attacks in their domain, they'll split the compensation with you. Evenly? What is it with my rolls lately? Have I actually rolled over 10? Okay. So we'll split it evenly, fine. He's given us... Most of the attacks have occurred in the nebula at the periphery of guild space. Well, I'm kind of in a nebula at the periphery of guild space. This sort of orange-yellow nebula here. So is this where all the attacks are occurring? I guess I'll just keep my eyes open. The game keeps giving... Whenever I come across the CXTA, the game keeps giving me the option of asking them if they would like to trade with me. And every time I do that, they say, what are you, some kind of guild plant? You know, we're not licensed to trade. We simply transport cargo. They get very, very, very offended. And yet they still keep giving me the option to ask them to trade. And I suspect that completing this mission line for them is going to open up the option to be able to trade with them, you know, under the table. What the guild doesn't know isn't going to hurt them, and so on and so on. And it could be very, very lucrative, because, I mean, these guys handle the transportation of all of the commerce for the trade guild. So, fingers crossed and eyes open. We're looking for evidence that CXTA transport ships are being deliberately attacked in guild space. Kind of disappointing that I haven't found anything to investigate on any of these planets yet. Oh, here's one. What do we got? Dry canyons. Ensign Perks thinks there may be some mineral deposits here, but the anomaly reading was weaker. Alright. Off you go, have a look. Decent roll. 69 copper. Copper's not amazingly valuable, but I can always trade it up for something that I do need. Who is it who uses copper? It was the Ermir, wasn't it? The actual Ermir, rather than the Second Legion. Who are Ermir, but oh, it gets complicated. Who are these guys? Oh, they're attacking. This is it. Whoa, hold on. So they were attacking that CXTA hauler. Oh, is this like the game's version of the Romulans? Because they've got some kind of stealth tech. There they are. They're still going after the hauler. So they weren't hostile to me. Well, they probably are now. Yeah, they don't like that much. Silver, aluminium, copper, then their wrecks aren't dropping anything amazingly valuable. Oh, hang on. Alright. So you can still hit them, you just can't see them. And if you cause enough damage to them, well, much in the same way that if I take enough damage, I'll start trailing flames behind me as well, so I can use that to track their ships when they take damage. Oh, I don't want to be caught in the middle of all of that, though. Whoa. That's the battle stations. I really... I mean, these Mark II plasmas are fantastic, but they do drain a lot of power. Also, they appear to be firing some kind of weapon that's draining my energy reserves. What have we got? Gold, aluminium, gold, etherine. Ooh, that's rare as all hell. Where did it go? There it is. So it's shooting. This one's damaged. And not quite as big as the others. Be easier to kill. Blowing off an engine spar. Oh, what's this? What? They're just repeating a series of 16 ones. Or maybe... The translator doesn't have much to go with. So who are these guys? Picked up telemetry device. Is this the evidence that I need? Because, you know, blowing up ships is great and all, and I'm sure that the CXTA hauler in this sector is going to be very happy, but it doesn't prove anything unless I get some kind of hard evidence that they're deliberately targeting CXTA ships. Picked up missile dephaser. Oh yeah! Oh, some new missile tech. If you notice, when they fire the missiles as well as the ships are phasing in and out of existence. Okay, let's get... Oh, there's another one. Okay, let's deal with the threat, and then we'll check the stuff that we tracked it on board. So we got this telemetry device. Is this the evidence we need? Mildly unusual variation of the standard Starship device for navigation, but the telemetry data makes a pretty compelling case that these ships, whoever they are, were hunting CXTA freighters in this sector. And the missile dephaser, designed to temporarily dephase a missile, making countermeasures less effective. We can now research this tech and incorporate it into our own missiles. Alright. This is the proof that the CXTA has been asking for, so I basically just now need to find a guild ship and hand over the evidence. And I'm right on the outskirts of guild space, so it's not going to take me long at all to find a guild trading ship. Yeah, we know we will return when we're prepared to purchase a code, but that's not what we're here for. Really? Let's try. We found evidence. Go on, this should... Wait, are these jerk-offs not even going to discuss other matters until I hand over 10 iridium and get a trade code from them? God damn it. Alright, fine. It is what it is. And that's when I ran into Whiskermug again. Now I know Whiskermug trades in yttrium, and I only have 6 yttrium, and I kind of need my yttrium, but I've got a lot of copper that I don't really need. I've got a lot of silver that I don't really need. And he sells iridium. Now I need 10. So I'm going to have to find 44 yttrium to make up for that. But I can flog off some of this silver, some of that copper, and so on and so on, just to equalise my trade balance. Because I really, really do need the iridium. I can't even remember what it was that CXGA were going to pay me in for resolving this particular problem of theirs, but I'm sure it's going to be valuable. So I'm going to go ahead and keep swapping shit over until I can execute the trade and make the balance. Get out of here with my 10 iridium, head back to guild space, hand it over to the guild trader, get my clearance code, and then discuss further options. Although I did encounter Whiskermug in an unexplored system, so we're going to go ahead and explore it. There's no guild presence here, no second legion presence. Let's get this wormhole gateway activated. I'm free to explore and land and investigate as much as I like, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Although I'm not detecting... I mean, it was worth it coming here just for the opportunity to trade with Whiskermug and open up another wormhole gateway, but I'm not encountering any anomalies in any of these planets. Yet. I feel like the crew are due a promotion. We've got something here. The anomaly's not on the planet's surface, but in the way the ship's scanner stores data. It's given us 15 research points by identifying the problem with the ship's scanners. So, yeah, okay. And it's 1 XP point for the crew. This place looks inhabited. Yep. What's going on here? Another city that's being co-opted by devout influence. Which means they're probably not going to want to talk to us. So the only thing I'm getting from this place is another crew experience point. Oh well. Anything here? Nothing. Still a couple of other unexplored planets in this system. Check them out. Another terrestrial world. Doesn't appear to be particularly inhabited, unlike the previous one. Oh. So what triggered the anomaly detector? So let's give the dock a shot. Ah, a decent roll for once. Item acquired. Green berries. What? What? Berry-covered bushes that look identical to all of the other berry-covered bushes. What the hell's the... what? Actually 2 different berries in the cluster. One has evolved the ability to very closely mimic the appearance, texture, and scent of any nearby seed plant. This gives them the ability to appeal to the fauna of any environment. Well, whoop-de-doo. We can at last research the berries that look like other berries technology. Exactly. What? 5 research points. Okay. There's at least a couple of other planets. Oh, some bad guys just jumped in. Who are they? Oh, it's our old friends, the Brogidar again. And there's only 2 of them. And I know these guys drop gold. And I have upgraded the ship's firepower. Alright fellas, did you miss me? Oh, and I've got armour at the front of the ship as well. As you can see. As long as I take it on the nose, I can basically take direct hits from Brogidar heavy cannon. Which is nice. The only real problem I'm having here is all of this firepower. I really haven't upgraded the ship's energy systems. So I am draining the batteries very, very quickly. On the other hand, if I just stop firing for a second, they recharge very quickly as well. But I really need to do something about my energy generation tech. And I think stacking a whole bunch of Mark 1 reactors is not the answer. Anyway. Let's smash these fools. They are going down a lot faster, aren't they? Oh, and they're dropping etherine. This is a very, very rare material. Get through the battle stations just to get the energy generation thing up a bit faster. gold, titanium, aluminium, copper, but that one piece of etherine, that's an extremely valuable resource. I'm not sure I'm actually in need of using it yet, but the fact that I haven't come across much of it at all does indicate that it is going to be very, very valuable. So there's a whole bunch of unexplored systems here. These are basically all the guild systems, and I'm not allowed to explore them until I hand over this 10 iridium and get myself a guild trading pass. And then they'll talk to me about other things, like the problem that the CXTA have with these stealth ships that keep attacking them in guild territory. Back in guild space, guild trader up ahead. Where's he going? Hold still. So I got that 10 iridium that you wanted. So, we have questions. Here we go, telemetry box. Proof that cloaked ships are attacking CXTA ships. Alright, he believes the hard evidence and they're going to investigate further. Cool, that's all we wanted. So, what about this Imperial Trade Guild thing? Since the fall of the Empire, we've been forced to restrict our area of operations to a region where we can operate safely. Can we trade with you? Indeed we can. It's their primary purpose after all. So, whoa, wait a minute. They buy artifacts. And, dear diary, jackpot. Every artifact that I have analysed I can sell to these guys for iridium. If I've analysed an artifact, I don't need it anymore, right? 117 iridium by selling all of the analysed artifacts in my cargo hold. And they have, and I needed these. Oh, it's 101 iridium though. But I am supposed to be looking up for more brass artifacts. These are Fallen Empire stuff. Also, note that all of the artifacts that you sell to the Trade Guild, you can buy back. They remain in Trade Guild inventory. So if you sell something that you accidentally might actually need later for another quest, you can always come and buy it back from them. It'll just cost you iridium. So I've now, well, I've got an excess of iridium. The 10 iridium that it cost me to get this trade pass was totally worth it. And I also now have access to all of these guild systems. All of those unexplored systems patrolled by the 2nd Legion Enforcers, the guild's henchmen, they are now open. I can explore, I can scan, I can land, I can do whatever I like. So all of that is going to be coming up in the next episode. And also, remember, the next time I see a CXTA hauler, I should let them know that the guild are taking their claims seriously and collect the reward for that, and hopefully it'll lead on to further CXTA missions, which may eventually allow me to actually start trading with them. All of that coming up in a future episode. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.